Hi guys, in this video here I'm just gonna be solving financial maths problems with you guys. I'm literally gonna formulate them so as we speak, so I don't have anything written down. So please feel free to let me know if there's any error that we're going to be going through. Let's just solve a problem. Say for example, your name is Tando, right? So your name is Tando and you're going to varsity. As you're going to varsity next year, you want a loan. You require a loan from a bank of, let's say, 80,000 rand. What's this 80,000 rand for? For your fees, right? You want a loan of 80,000 rand for your fees, and you go to a bank. So the bank will tell Tando that, Tando, you want us to give you 80,000 rands for your fees for next year at university. We're going to charge you an interest rate of 10% per annum compounded monthly, right? So we're going to charge you this interest rate, right? And then you ask yourself, okay, fine, I get it. How much should I pay up this loan, right? You ask yourself that, how much should I pay up this loan? What you're going to do, you're going to involve a present value annuity. You're going to use that to be able to calculate how much you're going to pay up. But maybe the question would be, how long should I pay up this loan? The bank tells you that we're just gonna give you 4 years to pay up. So by the time you're done with your studies, you should be done paying up your loan, right? So, okay, fine. You're given 4 years. So what's the information? First up, the info is you have a loan. You have a loan of 80,000 rands, right? A loan of 80,000 rands, loan, right? And of interest rate 10%, compounded monthly for 4 years. You want to know how much should you pay up this loan per month. So with your present value annuity formula, which is 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of minus n divided by I, you're just going to substitute what you have. The loan is 80,000 rands, right? 80,000 rands, it's equals to x into 1 minus into 1 plus, the interest rate is 10%. Obviously, you're going to write it in decimal, but I'm just going to write down 10% divided by compounded monthly, which is 12, to the power of minus. So n, remember n at the top, this n here, n is actually the number of payments, it's not number of years. So it's going to be 4 years multiplied by 12, right? So you can punch through that in your calculator. I know you know it by head, but don't do that to yourself. Just punch it through to your calculator, you get 48. So it's going to be 48 number of payments, right? And then you divide by your interest rate of 10% over 12, right? So the whole aim is to find the monthly payments, right? This x here. So we're just going to cross multiply first. So it's going to be our 80,000 rands multiplied by the interest rates is equals to x into 1 minus into 1 plus 10% over 12 to the power of minus 48, like this, right? And divide by 1 minus into 1 plus 10% over 12 to the power of minus 48. And we divide the same here, 1 minus into 1 plus 10% over 12 to the power of minus 48, right? And then your x should be, I'm just going to punch through the calculator the entire thing here, right? I'm literally punching as we speak, so please do the same so that we can confirm the answers that I'm getting on whether or not they're correct. So we're just trying to eliminate any possible errors that I myself can make. You know, I'm also a human being, I can make some errors. So what I'm getting here is 2000, so it's 2029.01. So this is the monthly payment that you should pay up for this loan for your fees, right? So I guess now you know how much you'd be paying up for your loan, for your study fees. So you know that the loan that was given was 80,000 rands, and the monthly installments are going to be 2,029.01. Now, we are done solving this first section or first part of this question. Then now, say for example, with the very same loan, you want to know how much is the outstanding amount. If, let's say for example, this is term number 0, this is term number 1, this is term number 2, 3, up to 4, right? So these are the years, right? The first year, second year, third year, and fourth year. So you want to know how much would be in the account in 2 years' time. In 2 years' time, how much would be the outstanding of the loan, right? You want to know how much would be an outstanding amount in 2 years' time. So to calculate the outstanding balance, right? So this is the outstanding balance. Very important. They always ask you in an exam. So you want to know how much is an outstanding in 2 years' time. Here, in 2 years' time. Remember, the loan is for a period of 4 years, right? So you want to know how much is the outstanding amount in 2 years' time. So how to do that? You first need to identify the number of years, right? Or should I say the number of payments? So if you're talking of 2 years, so it's n is equals to 2 times 12 because it's compounded monthly. So which is equals to 24. So this means 24 payments would have been made, right? 24 payments would have been made in 2 years' time. So you want to know the outstanding balance just after 2 years. So to be able to do this, you're going to first identify the number of payments for the rest of the period, which is 4 years. 4 times 12, which is equals to 48, right? Number of payments. So you're going to subtract the 2-year payments because you've already paid in 2 years, right? So you want to know how much money is outstanding, how much loan is outstanding after 2 years. So you're going to say n is equals to 48 payments minus 24 payments. You punch through your calculator. Yes, as much as you know it by head, you just punch through your calculator and behave stupid. So you're going to be left with 24 payments, right? So to calculate the outstanding balance of this, you're going to use your present value formula. PV is equals to x into 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of minus n divided by I, right? Remember, we know how much money we have to pay up per month. Let's go back and see. It's 2,029.01. So it's 2,029. So it's 2,029.01 is equals to 1 minus into 1 plus, so it's 10% compounded monthly to the power of minus 24. Remember, we are just going to calculate the 24 payments divided by 10% over 12, right? So how much is outstanding? So the PV is the same as the outstanding balance. Outstanding balance in this case. So we're just going to punch through our calculator. So I'm just going to say 2029.01 multiplied by into 1 minus into 1 plus 10% all over 12 to the power minus 24 all over 10% all over 12, right? So the amount I'm getting is the outstanding balance would be 43,970.38. So that is the outstanding balance in your account, right? So I hope you guys know how to solve these type of problems, right? So if you take a look, what we've learned so far is we've learned on how to calculate the monthly payments, right? The monthly payments. We've learned how to calculate the outstanding balance, right? The outstanding balance of a loan, right? Maybe let me check on whether or not you guys know now. let's do more problems on this. Say for example, you want a car. You're interested in buying a car, and the car costs a value of, say, 150,000 rand, right? So this is the value of the car. So you go to the bank, because you don't have the amount in your account, right? You go to the bank and you ask the bank, can you please borrow me this 150,000 rand? And then the bank agrees by looking at your statements and everything else, and say, okay, fine, we're going to borrow you that 150 at an interest rate of 5.2% per annum, compounded, let's say compounded quarterly, right? For a period of 10 years, right? Let's say 10 years. I know it's normally 5 years. Let's say 10 years. Let's say the bank gives you 10 years to pay up this 150,000 rands. So what you're going to do is, you want to know, but bank, how much should I pay per month? I want to know, how much should I pay per month? And by the way, this is a loan. So whenever you talk of a loan, you know very well that this is a present value annuity, right? So we go to our present value formula because we want to identify the monthly payment of this loan of 150,000 rand for my car. So you say PV is equals to x into 1 minus into 1 plus I to the power of minus n all over I, right? And we borrowed 150,000 rand, so it's going to be our PV, right? So it's 150,000 rands is equals to x into 1 minus into 1 plus, it's 5.2%, right? It's 5.2 over 4 because it's compounded quarterly to the power of minus. So remember, the n, it's not number of years, it's number of payments. So n is equals to 4. The 4 is for the quarterly, and then it's for a period of 10 years, right? So it's going to be 40. So it's minus 40, right? And then like this, and then you say 5.2% all over 4. So then you cross multiply. You say 150,000 rand multiplied by 5.2% over 4 is equals to x into 1 minus into 1 plus 5.2% over 4 to the power of minus 40, like this. And then you divide out, we should get x is equals to, so you're going to say 150, 1, 2, 3, multiplied by 5.2% over 4, divided by 1 minus into 1 plus 5.2% over 4 to the power of minus 40, right, like this, is equals to, so my x, my monthly payment for this loan would be, so I'm literally punching out this, so please do punch with me so that we make sure that we're getting the same thing, right? So 5.2% all over 4 to the power of minus 40. I'm getting an amount of 4832.906, right? I know it's going to be 9 here, right? So this is the monthly payment for this loan that I took. So I'm supposed to pay up, obviously I'm paying quarterly, not monthly. So I'm going to pay up 4,832 rand, right? 0.9069, right? So this is the amount that I'm going to pay up for what? For the loan of 150,000 rand, right? So this is 5, I know I can't write properly. So 150,000 rand, right? So now we know the loan. And then you ask yourself, okay, fine. Say for example, I have my timeline, and this is T0 all the way up to T10, 10 years, right? And then I pay up until 5 years. You pay up until 5 years, and you just want to know how much you'll be left with in 5 years' time, right? So you want to know the outstanding balance. Outstanding balance, right? You want to know the outstanding balance after 5 years. Remember that your N is equals to how many years you're supposed to pay up for 10 years multiplied by quarterly, which is 4. So it's equals to 40 payments. Alright, 40 payments. And when you are interested in finding out the number of payments after 5 years. So n is equals to the 5 years multiplied by 4 is equals to 20. So these are the payments, 20 payments. So what you're going to do is to be able to know how much is the outstanding balance after 5 years, you're going to say the original number of payments, which is 40, or should I say the total number of payments, minus 20 payments. It's going to give me 20, yeah, right? 20 payments. Then I go to my present value. I say PV is equal to x into 1 minus into 1 plus I to the power of minus n, like this. And then I know very well that monthly payments is what? It's 4,832, right? So I write that down. It's 4,832.9069 into 1 minus into 1 plus 5.2% all over 4 to the power of minus 4 times, remember the number of payments is 20, so let me just write 20 because it's what we found. 20, and then you do this, you say 5.2% all over 4. Punch that through into your calculator. This PV, remember, is the outstanding balance in this case. Outstanding balance, right? So if we punch this through in our calculator, it's 4832.9069 into 1 minus into 1 plus 5.2% all over 4 to the power of minus 20, and then 5.2% all over 4. So what I'm getting here is the outstanding balance for my loan. It's 84,633.66, right? So this is the outstanding balance of my loan, right? Fine. I'm assuming now you guys understand on how to calculate the outstanding balance, how to calculate the monthly installments for whatever loan that you'd be taking, right, from a bank. Let's do a practical example. Say unoskedlemba, we call something that is old uskedlemba, right? Say you have a phone, just a lousy phone, right? It has a small screen here. You have a lousy phone. I won't mention the phone's name. And you want a new phone. You want an iPhone, right? So you want an iPhone. So a new phone. You want an iPhone. The latest iPhone that we have right now is an iPhone what? Is it iPhone 14? Let me guess. So iPhone 14 Pro Max. Say this is the phone that you want, an iPhone 14 Pro Max, and it costs around 33,000 rands, right? 33,000 rands plus. So this, let's say this includes anything else. It includes your ports, your charger, just everything, right? 33,000 rands is your phone, and you don't have money to pay up this phone, and you don't want to take you want to just take up a contract and just pay up. You literally want to borrow money, right? You want to borrow this 33,000 rand. Say you borrow it at the bank. I'm not saying you go to a bank for a phone. Just making an example. You go to a bank and say, bank, can you borrow me this 30,000 rands? And the bank gives you this 30,000 rand at an interest rate of, let's say, 12%, right? Per annum, compounded half yearly, right? Should I say half yearly? Compounded half yearly, yes, half yearly, right? So which means you'll be paying half yearly. Half yearly is just 1/2 every 6 months, right? Every 6 months. Actually, let me not use half yearly. Let me use something different. Let's just say quarterly or monthly, because we always use monthly. Let's say monthly. So you're going to pay up this loan, right, for your phone. It's a loan of 33,000 rands, right? So what you're going to do is, you don't know how much you're going to pay up every month. That's the question that runs in your mind. Like, how much am I going to pay up this 33,000 rands? Because I'm a student, I'm in grade 12, I don't have income, right? I only have my allowance. You know, someone has an allowance of 1,000 rands, someone has an allowance of 5,000 rand. We differ. So say you want to know how much should I pay. So you're going to use the present value annuity is equals to x into 1 minus into 1 plus I to the power of minus n, right, over I. And then what's the loan is 33,000 rands, right? So it's 33,000 rands is equals to the x into 1 minus into 1 plus. So what's the interest rate? Is 12%. 12%. So just mark 12% all over. So it's compounded monthly. So it's 12 to the power of minus. We want to know for how long, right? The bank didn't tell us. So the bank says, no, you can pay up for, say, for 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. Oh, I love 4 years. Anyways, you can pay up for 4 years. I don't mind. So you say 4 multiplied by compounded monthly, which is 12, right? And then you divide by your 12% all over 12, right? And then you want to identify this x. You're just going to cross multiply and say 33,000 rands multiplied by 12% over 12 is equals to x into 1 minus into 1 plus your 12% over 12 to the power of minus 4 times 12, right? And your x is actually going to be equals to 33,000 times 12% over 12 divided by 1 minus into 1 plus 12% over 12 to the power of minus. So the 4 times 12 is actually 48, right? So it's minus 48 like this. Punch this through to your calculator. You say 33,000 times you have your 12% over 12, and we have 1 minus into 1 plus 12%. 12% over 12 into minus 48, right? So what I'm getting here is you're going to pay up 869 rand 0.017. So say this is the amount of money that you're going to pay up, either pay the bank or pay up Vodacom if you're taking this phone on a contract. So this is the amount of money you're going to be paying up, right? Per month. It's a lot, right? If you have less allowance getting in your bank every month, but it's reasonably better if you are getting more allowance. So this is the amount of money that's going to pay up for this iPhone Pro Max, right? Fine. Say for example now you want to know, okay fine, I'm going to pay up this amount for 4 years, right? T0 up until T4. But now, of which T4 is how many payments? It's 4 times 12, which is the cost of 48 payments. And then someone asks you, or you ask yourself, that how much is the outstanding balance after, say, because this is 48 payments, after 33 payments? After 33 payments, what is the outstanding balance, right? So this is how you do it. So you ask yourself the question, what's the outstanding balance? Outstanding balance after this, right? After 33 payments. What you're going to do is you're going to first identify your total number of payments, which is the 4 years multiplied by 12, which is equal to 48. So this is the total number of payments, right? Total number of payments, and you want to know how much is the loan after 33 payments. So you're going to say 48 minus 33 payments, which is equals to, so you use a calculator, so 48 minus 33 is equals to 15. So you're just going to use this number of payments, right? So to be able to identify how much is the outstanding balance after 33 payments, you're going to use this 15, right? So you're just going to say PV is equals to x into 1 minus into 1 plus I to the power of minus n all over I, right? And what is the monthly payment that we calculated? It's 869 excuse me, 869 rand 0.017. So it's 869 rand 0.17, right? And then 1 minus into 1 plus, what's the interest rate? I can't remember. It's 12%. 12% per annum compounded monthly, so it's 12% over 12 to the power of minus, remember the monthly payments that we just calculated, it's 15, right? For us to be able to identify the outstanding balance, so say 15 like this, and then you say 12% over 12. So what is your PV, which is equal to your outstanding balance? What is your PV? So please punch through your calculator. So it's 869.17 into 1 minus into 1 plus into 12% all over 12 to the power of minus 15, and then divide 12% over 12. So I'm getting an outstanding balance of 12,051.09. So this is the outstanding balance after how many? After 33 payments made into your account, right? So that is how we identify the monthly payments and the outstanding balance of a loan, right? So I'm going to give you this example that you guys can try. Say you want to buy an iPhone again, a new iPhone, an iPhone 15. I don't know if it's still available now. An iPhone 15, it costs an amount of say 40,000 rands, including all the ports and whatnot, charges. It's a total of 40,000 rands. So you're gonna go to Vodashop. Let me say Vodashop. Is it? I don't know. Oh yeah, iStore. I don't know where you guys buy your iPhones. Where do you buy them? So iStore, wherever you go, you're just gonna go and buy it, right? But on a contract. So say whichever shop, whether it's iStore, Cell-C, Vodacom, or whatever, they tell you that, okay, fine, I'm going to charge you an interest rate of 13%, right, per annum, compounded monthly for a period of 4 years, right? For a period of 4 years. Let me see if normally it's not really, it's how many years, don't you? Can't remember. Let's say 5 years, right? And what you are required to do is determine your monthly payments first, and then determine the outstanding balance of this loan. If it's 5 years, let me see, 5 times 12. Okay, determine the outstanding balance after 26 payments, right? Please do this question. Let me just unzoom it. Is it unzoom? Yeah, unzoom it like this. So as you can see, it's an iPhone that costs 40,000 rand. You go to these shops, you go to take it for a contract, right? And they tell you that this is the interest rate that they're going to charge you, compounded monthly for a period of 5 years, right? So the first thing is find the monthly payment that you're supposed to pay up for this, and then the outstanding balance after 26 payments. Do this and let me know in the comment section on whether or not you are able to solve it. Fine. I assume you guys did this question here from the previous video. Let's solve it. Let's find the solution for this iPhone 15. So the first thing is we need to identify these monthly payments, right? We know very well that since it's a loan, right? Or it's a phone on a contract, right? You're taking a phone on contract. Going to use the present value formula, so it's equals to x into 1 minus into 1 plus I to the power of minus n, right, over I. So it's equals to the monthly payment, we know it's 40,000 rand, right? It's equals to, so let me write properly. So it's 40,000 is equals to x into 1 minus into 1 plus, so it's interest rate of 13% all over 12 to the power of minus 12 times 4, right, divided by 13% over 12. Then you cross multiply, you're going to get 40,000 times 13% over 12 is equals to x into 1 minus into 1 plus 13% over 12 to the power of, so 12 times 4 should give you 48, so it's minus 48, right? And then your x should be, if you're going to have 40,000 times 13% over 12 divided by your 1 minus into 1 plus 13% over 12 to the power of minus 48, you should get x being equals to, so I'm literally punching through my calculator, getting, so it's 13% over 12 and then 1 minus into 1 plus 13%, right, 13% over 12 and then to the power of minus 48, right? So I'm getting 1073.0998, right? So this is the monthly payment that you are required to pay up for this loan, right? And then now maybe, the second part of the question says that we should identify the outstanding balance, right? So to be able to write down the outstanding balance of this loan, we're going to say, okay, fine. We know that n is equal to 48 payments, right? For the whole period, right? It's 48 payments. But we want to know the outstanding balance after 26 payments. So you're just going to say n is equals to 48 minus 26 is equals to, so you punch through your calculator, literally. You're going to get 22. So these are the 22 payments. And then you go to your present value formula, you write down everything else, right? And you know your monthly payment is what? Is 1,000 rand. It's 1,073.0998 into 1 minus into 1 plus. The interest rate is 13%. 13% over 12 to the power of minus your payment, it's 22, right? 22 divide by 13% over 12. So your PV is literally your outstanding balance, right? So what should be, or what would be the outstanding balance for this? 0998 into 1 minus 1 plus 13% over 12, right? So yeah, I'm just literally punching out. So I'm getting 20,905. So I hope you guys got something like this. If it's different, let me know. Outstanding balance. If it's different, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe. Take care.